Are you about to embark on your med school journey and probably watching similar videos med school related, like this one, and pumped up with motivation and adrenaline to kickstart your journey and aiming to make the most out of it? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nambiar and I'm a medical student from Malaysia. And in this video, I will be talking about 5 things I wish that I did when I first started medical school. So I'll be including a timestamp at my side here, and feel free to jump to any part of this video. You don't have to watch the full video. So let's get started. In my family, I'm an only child and none of my parents went to medical school. Even in my extended family, none of my uncles or aunties or my cousins went to medical school. I'm actually the first in my family to go to medical school. When I first started off, and I know it's basically similar to other courses in the sense that when you're starting out, you need the guidance and the advice. But the thing is, I didn't have the proper guidance and advice when it came to anything med school related, down to choosing the school and when I first started off. So the thing is, when we actually start a specific course, we want to make the most out of it with minimal time wastage, and what better way to get that other than through guidance and also through personal experiences. When I first started med school, I was not sure whether I should get textbooks and if we should bring them to class always. Like, is there a specific book for a specific subject that we should bring? I wasn't sure if the lecture notes will be provided, and if it's provided, will it be sufficient? Where do we actually do our extra reading? I mean, like, my guidance on college and university was from me growing up watching Gilmore Girls, and this character, Rory Gilmore, she used to like carry tons of books with her and she's always like buried in her book. So I was like, okay, so maybe we actually need a specific book. And when I first started out in med school, actually at every block, when we first enter the block, they will give us a timetable, and in that timetable at the end they will have a list of suggested books that we can refer to for extra reading, and they will have the title and the author, and then sometimes they'll put the edition. So the thing is that when I first started out, I assumed that, oh, these books are good, so I should get it. The thing is that in Malaysia, new medical books are actually very expensive. And at that time, a lot of my seniors were looking to sell their books and many of them sold them secondhand. So I actually got this whole set of books at a really good price, and the books were in good condition, like really good condition, with minimal highlighting, minimal to no highlighting. Some are still like even brand new, no scribbles, no notes. So I thought like I struck a really good deal. But you see, over time I realized that in that whole set of books, I only made use, like fully made use, about 2 books, and most of the time I didn't like refer back to it because it's too heavy, it takes up space, and considering my hometown is far from my university, that means that when I actually move out, I need to transport my books, and I don't drive. And for me, when we move to clinical year, we have to go to hospitals, and that means we have to shift out of campus, and that requires moving, so it's such a hassle. On top of that, I noticed I didn't actually make use of the other books, so it's better if you can like put hold on getting the books first, even though you're getting it at a really good deal. Maybe try and get soft copies first, or go to the library and peruse through the books, and if you really like it, and if you want to get a physical copy of the book, then by all means do so. So since the first day of class, since the first day of med school class, we actually hear this a lot. A lot of the lecturers will say, start studying since the first day. Put in your most effort. Basically, on the first day itself, start studying. Keep hearing it, and you know, when you first started off, everything seems like less or probably not so interesting because it's introductory and you have probably covered it in pre-med. Most of the time it's like, we'll put it off. I used to put it off to the 11th hour, and I noticed that it's not so beneficial for me because those late night cram sessions are just not, it's not beneficial for me. It's too stressful, and I didn't actually do this till I was in 2nd year. I started studying a little bit every day and just setting aside a few hours every day, not necessarily 7 days a week. Maybe you can take a break on the weekends, but setting aside a few hours a day just to study something that you have learned or maybe that you will cover will be very much beneficial for you, and by the end of the posting or the blog you would have covered whatever is necessary. Don't get me wrong, I'm just an average medical student. I don't get really high fantastic grades or anything. I'm just average. When I was in the first year of my med school, there wasn't a lot of activities that interest me, to be honest. Sometimes the medical society of the university that I go to will organize camps, or like they'll ask for volunteers because they're doing health checkups, and I usually don't go. Firstly because I will think like, how am I gonna get there? I would need to spend. It's during the weekend and I don't feel like setting aside time from my weekend. Actually, 70% of that is because I'm shy. I just feel uncomfortable going out of my comfort zone. So it wasn't till the second year that I actually decided to push myself out of the comfort zone. I remembered they were actually recruiting people because they wanted to shoot a video for the faculty. Actually, I was interested in all this stuff, videos, video editing. I wanted to learn more and I wanted to see what works. So I remembered they were recruiting people and I just messaged this guy in the group. The message was sent in the group and I messaged him personally, and I was like, I gave him my name, and then the next day he talked to me, and then they formed like a team. And I remember I made these 2 videos and it's actually in my channel. That's how this channel actually came to be. The first 2 videos on this channel were those videos. I made it in collaboration with my friend Rabi Barakat, who is as of now a final year medical student who is sitting for his final year exam. So yeah, I actually discovered that I enjoyed filming and editing, and obviously I'm not good at it. I'm still learning, I'm still seeing what works, but it's nice. I love it. So you see, do make time to join these kind of activities, because not only you get to gain experiences, you push yourself out of your comfort zone. Maybe you'll discover a passion. It does not necessarily have to be med school related. You can, if you feel like it's gonna be beneficial for you, then yeah, opt for something that is medical related. But at the end of the day, do what you enjoy. So perhaps you like drawing or hiking or photography or filming. It's good to set aside 1 day out of a week or 1 day out of every 2 weeks, provided that you have nothing major like exams going on that week or the next, because this is really helpful in preventing burnout and demotivation. Now this gives you something to look forward to at the end of the day, which not only helps you to unwind and relax, but it gives you that extra pump or motivation to come back and focus on what's at hand, which is your studies. Of course, too much of studying is bad because you could get burnout, and too much of fun time could also be bad because then that's distraction already. It's good to find balance, and I know this is easier said than done. Even I struggle with it. However, I'm trying to implement this in my life as well. So I usually set aside weekends or just Saturdays for filming and video editing because that's what I love. As you can see, I'm not in my best shape. I never was, but in fact I am worse now. So it all started towards the end of first year. I noticeably began to put on weight towards the end of my first year and managed to land myself 10 to 15 kgs more heavier than when I first started out. The reason why I did that, I didn't focus on my health, was because I was like, my studies are more important. And why would I want to work out? First of all, I'm so not interested in working out. And I feel like it's time consuming, even though technically I just need about like 30 minutes to 1 hour, and I'll be like, no, I really dislike I would rather study. I noticed that my studies eventually began to deteriorate, in the sense that I would feel sleepy really fast, I would feel sluggish, my concentration time just decreased, and I didn't know what to do. So I adopted a vegetarian diet along the way. Now obviously that didn't work out for me because my self-discipline is just really poor. And I noticed that I felt better after I went for long walks. So I just wish that I started earlier, like in my first year, then maybe I would have been in a better shape. I would have at least maintained my health, or in the case, my physical health. So yeah, I'm trying to do that now, and I try to at least keep up with my steps or push myself to walk a little further every day, and doing some other forms of exercise, just so, you know, as I said before, it helps me focus better. Obviously, in the perfect world, we can do all of these 5 things, but our life is not perfect, and even I struggle to follow whatever I just said, but I try to follow the best that I can, because these are the things I wish I did when I first started out in med school, and I find myself doing it like in somewhere along 2nd year, and then somewhere along 3rd year I discovered, oh, I should have done this as well, and then now I'm gonna begin my 4th year. Even I deviate or stray from my path as anybody. Everybody's the same, because at the end of the day, we're all just humans. So yeah, but we try the best that we can. With that being said, I am done with 5 things I wish that I knew or I did when I first started out med school. If you've watched till here, thank you very much for watching my videos. I hope that you've at least find this video informative or helpful in any way. If you're new to my channel, I actually post videos on med school related topics, vlogs, and sometimes I'll post cooking related topics. So these 3 are my niche, and I try to post every week. So if you're new to this channel, do subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next week. Take care, guys.